live. So please come on. I just had a live stream on. I made a mistake. I put the wrong thumbnail. Whatever. I put a thumbnail that wasn't appropriate. So I'm gonna. This one doesn't have a thumbnail yet. It will later. Okay. So, anyways, Macy's great. I did that in the first one. Lord help me. As you're coming on, I'll just wait for you to come on. I want to do this live because my husband's doing the lawn. When he's done, I will not have access the rest of the night. So I probably won't be able to do a short summary, or if I do a short summary, I don't know when I'd have time. Guys, we have had a crazy couple days here. Yay, you're on. It worked. Yes, thank God. Now I just put my links down. I'm going to go ahead and tag it because, again, when my husband's done, I'm done, you know, because we have to go pick up my puppy. My afternoon could get run away from me because my puppy just got spayed. And so I'm going to be like, you know, thank you. Welcome everybody to breaking news. Guys, we had breaking news this morning and I didn't even get a chance to do shorts. I was trying to do my timestamps when I went live and we talked about the full moon. That was a secondary live. And then Jack got on and gave us more articles. Yes, double clip the thumbs up. This is going to be the latest breaking news summary right out of Iraq. You snooze, you lose. Okay, I'm going to get right into it. I don't care if there's only 16 people watching because you can always get in and get the details. So, where am I at here? Sorry, guys. I'm like, I don't know if this is a good idea or bad idea. Okay, so here's the deal. The breaking news out of Iraq. This came this morning. I started at 9. I did another live after we, ready, set, go. Yes. Breaking news out of Iraq. New faces only. Iraqi alliance excludes political veterans from the 2025 elections. Those are the ones with biometric voting in November. Only new faces. You can't be old and be in this election. It excludes all former ministers or parliamentarians on its candidate list for Iraq's upcoming elections. Only new faces. That is huge, guys. I wish they'd do that here. Exclude all the old people. The people that shouldn't be there. Iraq lags in Arab renewables race as energy risks grow. Of course it does. When they get their new rate, they won't be lagging anymore. I'm just saying. Beyond homemaking, al-Samaniyah women redefine their roles. The women are coming up in Iraq, but they've already got some good, strong leaders like the finance minister is a woman, Taif Sami. Basra crude prices climb despite global oil decline. So oil prices on the globe are dipping. Basra's crude is going up. Again, this is a summary. Iraq is in the global top 10 for cheapest electricity. Zimbabwe was even noticed in here for cheap electricity. So it's good news. They're in the top 10 of cheapest electricity. That may change after their rate changes. I'm just saying. Iraq seaports generated $215 million in revenue in the first quarter of 2025. Those are quick, fast numbers. 215 million. So you think they're not diversified? I'm just saying. What's this one? Quarter one oil tankers surpassed 200 in Iraq. What does that mean? The port received 207 oil tankers in the first quarter of 2025. That's their Khor al-Zubar oil port. 207 in the first quarter of 2025. Dollar dinar exchange rate expected to hold steady in Iraq. Why? It's been holding steady. Why? Because they're waiting to exchange the rate. The fact that it's steady is good news. Why? When it's steady, that means they've already tested everything they need to test to pull out a new rate. That's my opinion. Then there was an article, the Arab Summit Media Committee announces the technical readiness of the press center. Guys, you should look at this press center. Look how up to date that is. Can you imagine? They're also going to present their new system. What do you think that symbol is? What do you think that symbol is for? I think that symbol is for their brand new AI-based banking, voting, ports, security, border system. It's an all-inclusive system, guys. It's the reason why Iraq is steady and stable, secure and stable. So they talk all about the media, but I'm thinking it's all going to be about showing this system and the results, why Iraq is the king of stability and security while everybody else is melting down. Amen. Then there was lots of articles about the Arab Summit coming up. There are lots of articles about it. It said our Arab League outlines key points on agenda of preparatory meeting for development summit in Baghdad. I went through these in detail. Some of them that just it made me tired. Jordan MP's Baghdad summit is significant. Its decisions will positively impact the Arab world. Of course it will. The fact that Iraq is hosting it was last done in 7 years ago or 6 years ago, and it was in Lebanon. It's in Iraq. That means Iraq is, guys, how many more feathers in Iraq's cap do you need to see to know that this currency is about to revalue? Amen. Zidane discusses counterterrorism and intelligence sharing with the French delegation. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about the Nader video, even though it's everything I've been saying. U.S. President arrives in Riyadh for first major trip of second term. U.S. President Donald Trump arrived in Riyadh on Tuesday to attend the Saudi American Investment Forum, marking the start of a 2-day visit before heading to Qatar for the United Arab Emirates. The forum, which opens today, is expected to draw senior executives from major American companies alongside prominent Saudi ministers. Trump had previously announced plans to make Saudi Arabia his first foreign stop after taking office, but obviously unforeseen circumstances forced a change in schedule, like closing the borders and exporting all the terrorists. Just saying. He is set to meet with the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to discuss a prior Saudi pledge to invest $600 billion in the United States. Boom. These are jobs, guys. Over the next 4 years, Saudi Arabia, for its part, is seeking major U.S. investments to support its Vision for 2030 initiative, which aims to diversify the kingdom's economy away from oil dependency. Everybody's doing that, guys. They're diversifying, as should you. Right? Hi, Alicia Howard. Welcome. Iraq. Turkey responded to the request to provide sufficient water in the summer. They're working with Turkey. Turkey's saying they could release some water so that Iraq doesn't have a problem with the water in the summer. You don't need to worry about Iraq. Iraq has got contingencies upon contingencies so that then when they revalue the currency, they're good to go. Amen. Prime Minister commends the International Monetary Fund's efforts to support Iraq in its financial and monetary institutions. The IMF is supporting Iraq, and they are thanking them for their support publicly. Trump says, we saved the world from a nuclear war, and my visit to the Middle East is historic. Of course it is. He's going to be there when they revalue their currency. And little known to Americans, except the ones holding Iraqi dinar, paying attention to channels like mine, you should be subscribing, tapping the bell, and definitely hitting the like. I'm the one that does the fastest summary. This is the fastest live summary I've ever done. Just watch me. He said, his visit to the Middle East is historic. Why? He's going to come back and the budget will be balanced because of all the changes of Doge. It's going to be hidden under Doge and all these other changes. They'll have a balanced budget and it's going to make everybody's jaw drop. And you know what part of it will be? The Iraqi dinar revalued because the U.S. government holds 35 billion Iraqi dinar. I'm just saying. Where are you going to get a summary like this? Nowhere. I like to do it fast and efficiently for all you working folks because my husband knows what it's like to work really hard. He works 2 jobs. I have 2 businesses plus this. Iraq, while chairing the Economic Development Council meeting, calls for the formation of an Arab economic bloc. Guys, that's huge. There was a big meeting, a closed-door meeting before the meetings, if you know what I mean. They always do business before the meetings. Arab League chief Abu Ghet arrives in Baghdad for the Economic and Social Club meeting, which is today. This is an ad. Hold on. There was another one. Dana Gas increases oil and gas production in Kurdistan. Listen to this. Dana Gas, the Middle East's largest regional private sector natural gas company, announced that oil and gas production in the Kurdistan region of Iraq continued to be robust in the first quarter of 2025. Guess what? They hit 500 million barrels of oil. 500 million barrels. And they also, has a gas output has risen to 525 million standard cubic foot, representing a 75% increase. Guys, Iraq in its areas and its companies, everybody's prospering in Iraq. Everybody wants a piece. Then they're opening a new i-style Apple store in Baghdad. Look at that. That's going to be opened in Baghdad. iStyle. They are a reseller of all Apple products. let's see. Then, this is just my summary, guys. Mazda enters Iraq with Al-Rashad. Mazda's distributing their cars in Iraq. It says Mazda Motor Corporation has officially appointed Al-Rashad as exclusive distributor in Iraq. Al Rafidian Bank launches phase 2 of Riyadh initiative, 10,000 new projects eye for funding. Guys, Iraq is doing so great. I think it's about to revalue. And guys, don't pay attention to any negative Nellies. Even Nader was excited. He lives in Iraq. I don't trust somebody that I don't know. Mercy, if you expect me to trust you, join my channel, do something that, you know. So now we're going to go to the summary of everybody else. Here we go. This is a summary. This is not for me to, you know, challenge anybody. Anybody's entitled to their opinion, but don't come on here and diss my material. I work really hard for everybody. Frank 26, this closing of the gap between official rate and the market rate will bring the float. I agree with him. The purchasing power that the citizens of Iraq have been seeking internally and externally. The float will be for us who have invested in your currency. But the beautiful thing is that both currencies, the dinar and the USD, will benefit from closing the gap. Mountain Goat says, article, the dollar continues to fall in Iraq. Is the market approaching the official rate? Quote, the gap between the official price and the parallel market price is close to disappearing. We may soon see it reach the official rate. My CBI contact told me and still tells me that when this gap is narrowed to a point or the gap disappears entirely between the two rates, the CBI fully intends to conduct another revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. Mark Z, article, a quantum leap, an Iraqi port receives 207 oil tankers. I just covered that article, but I'm glad Mark covered it today too. Mark, we're on the same page. Oil tankers for the first quarter of 2025. This is part of the Belt and Road Initiative to increase their port and trade system. They have made huge progress in short time. They are experiencing a renaissance in Iraq, which should bring us a change in the dinar value. Amen, amen, amen. You know, it's so funny, and I'm gonna end with what Militiaman said. Those that have a need to know when it comes to investment in Iraq are going to have access to that data. They're not going to get a date and a rate. What they do is give you the accurate information once the media has been schooled. The importance of giving out real news and not fake information with political motives is what they're coming at. It's obvious that we should all, even you, hold on. Spam risk. Don't need to answer that. That's my husband's phone. I'm watching his phone while he's doing the yard. So guys, the point is, it's obvious that we should all, even you, do a little bit of due diligence, because if you own Iraqi dinar or other currencies, you should know what you own. I think it's a really good time to focus on that. And I agree with you, Militiaman. I also would like to point out that Nader, who can be negative because he's lived in Iraq, he did a video that my guys sent me. Hold on. I forgot my guys sent this. My guys are military on the ground there. They have an interpreter that has an appointment with their banker. They got one of those CBI loans for a home. They dropped 2 zeros. The CBI was criticized because the article I looked at, and we did the math here, and they are dropping zeros in Iraq. For people getting the digital cards, they got 10 cents purchasing power. Those are not lies. That is directly from people in Iraq, accountants in Iraq on the ground. All my intel is military. All my articles are truth, facts, and optimistic. Why? Because I think this is done. So they started out this morning with Nader's video, and they wanted me to end with it. So now I'm going to end with it. 14 minutes in, this is officially my live summary. I'm going to fast forward to Nader's video. Hold on. Oh, Lord, that's if I can find it. There's so much going on, guys, and I have the fastest summary on the net. If I can find it. And they were on my Zoom. If you want to hear the nitty gritty, get on my Zoom. It was right before they left to go somewhere. Well, you can go watch Nader videos yourself because I don't want to waste your time or mine. Oh, here it is. Hold on.
There are two types of people who should avoid taking gabapentin for neuropathy.
Hold on.
Anyone who wants to keep.
I'm not ending yet. 15 minutes. We can go a couple more minutes for a live update.
All right, guys, later from release. Watch this video and then we'll come back to talk about it, okay?
Yep.
If you have 25,000, the same. That would be so he's saying about he's talking about from the East.
تفتكر احنا كمان ممكن نشيل صفر او حاجه ولا مفيش
Good morning, my friends. Native from the East. This guy, this video you just saw, he's talking about removing the 3 zeros from the dinar. And he said something about what made me very happy. Should make you happy too. So he's saying one day, remove the 3 zeros from the notes. The value of the dinar will be the same. Will not change. Like, not the same. Like, you know, if you have 25,000, it become 25,000. So it stays 25,000. What he's saying is when they remove the 3 zero, example, you take the 1,000 dinars, okay? You remove the zero, you become 1 dinar for them. But if you have 1,000 dinar, when they remove the 3 zeros, the 1,000 dinar, when you exchange it for 1,000 dinar if you go 1 to 1. If you go 3 to 3, example 3 to 1, it will be 3,000 dinars. This way he's explained.
Is that awesome? That is the shortest way to explain it. Boom! Chicka boom, 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 baby. I think it's almost done. Guys, I love you all. I'm going to end this so I can post it. Guys, there's a lot of different, you can have all your opinions you want. I will love you unconditionally, but that was the way to end this. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow for our live stream at 9 because I'm going to be busy picking up my puppy from her surgery. Continue your prayers for her fast healing. Amen. And I'm praying for your healing. I'm praying for our intel sources over there. Again, I had 2 live streams. Go look at them if you want more detail. I just went over the summary of all that I covered already. I have the most breaking news, the most cumulative, information out there and the biggest understanding because of my background. I love you all. God bless. I'll see you on the next one. Live tomorrow morning at 9. Bye.